Welcome everyone to my channel Taj Eduage Online Classes. This is Unit 3 Measures of Central Tendency. Now we need to understand the concept of observation and frequency. What is observation? What is frequency? When we are calculating mean, median or mode, there will be discrete series or continuous series. There will be three types of series which you already know. They have mentioned in the syllabus: individual series, discrete series and the continuous series. When they ask you a question from discrete series or a continuous series, they would have mentioned some observation and frequency, based on which we need to calculate and find out the mean, median and mode. So here it's important for us to understand what observation mean and what frequency mean here. The observation here is an each individual value or item in a data set. It represents the data collected during an experiment, survey or study. When you collect some data, okay, let's say example here, if the marks of 5 students, assume that you know that you have many students in your classroom. Let's take any 5 students, you 5 friends. In in the subject, let's say principles of management. Okay, principles of management. In the subject principles of management, student 1 has got 10, student 2 has got 15, other has got 20, other has got 25, other has got 30. Let's assume out of 50 marks. Okay, out of 50 marks. So this is the marks of 5 students in the subject principles of management out of 50 marks, right? So here what is the observation? Each number here, that is the number 10, number 15, number 20, the 25 or 30 is an observation. So observation is the number here, each number here. The total number of observations here are 5, because we have 5 numbers here. So each one is an observation. So we have 5 observation here. That is what we call it as a observation. When it comes to frequency, frequency means the number of times an observation or value is repeated in the data. So the number of times, like for example, like we have taken here that 5 students are, each of them have got these numbers. If we take 100 students, okay, in your classroom, 100 students are there. How many are there? 100 students are there. Out of 50 marks in principles of management subject, each of them would have got one number, right? Like 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 32, 16, 18, like that. Each of them would have got one number. In that case, few numbers would have repeated also, right? Like 15 or 25 would have repeated by 3 or 4 students, right? So that is what happening here. The frequency, the number of times an observation or a value is repeated in the data. It tells us how often something occurs. Example, if the marks of 10 students are, like here, let's take the example. If the marks of 10 students are 10, 20, 10, 30, 20, 10, 40, 30, 20 and 10 in the same subject, principles of management, PM, out of 50. Observation 10, the number 10 here, observation 10 occurs how many times? 4 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, right? So that is frequency here is 4. Observation is 10 number, the frequency is 4. Next, observation 20 occurs 3 times, right? Here 1, 2, 3 times. So frequency of observation 20 is 3 times. Now you tell me observation 30 how many times you can see observation 30 here, 1 and 2 times, so the frequency is 2. And observation 40 occurs only one time, so the frequency is 1. So this is what we call it as a frequency and observation. So you will be having a 5 marks question in your examination. Draw a frequency distribution table. Okay, they might have given you some mark and you have to write the observation and you have to write the frequency that may be asked you for 5 marks in your examination, which we will be solving in the upcoming videos.